So let's go into edit mode by pressing tab. And you can see that there's a mirror button at the top on different axes. And so what we want to do is actually mirror it across the X axis. And so if we click that, whenever we select something over here, it's actually going to duplicate that operation on the other side. This doesn't always work with every operation. For instance, if I wanted to do Control R to add an edge loop, you'll notice that it does not add an edge loop on the left. So what might be better than using the mirror tool to actually change the mesh itself is to use a modifier called mirror. So I'm going to disable that, and we're going to go into face select mode by pressing 3, and let's just drag select across the left half and press X to delete our faces. Okay, and just to tumble around to see what we have, you'll notice that our object is now chopped in half. And you may notice that there are some blue seams, and that's actually just some information that came in with the geometry that is describing properties of these edges. If I was just to select all of these edges and go up to edge, you can see here that there's a button called clear sharp. If you click on that, it will actually clear that information out. It doesn't really matter. You can leave it or you can clear that out if it's distracting to you. Okay, so now what we want to do is ensure that our origin is right in the middle, and it is. And we're going to press tab to go out of object mode, or edit mode rather, back to object mode. And now what we're going to do is go to add modifier panel here on the right, and we're going to add a mirror modifier. Let's go down and select that one. And because our origin was set up properly to begin with, we have a perfect mirror. If you're getting a different result, you can try changing the axis to get a result that puts this mesh mirror on the correct side. The default one did work for us. We're going to leave that. The other thing that you want to pay attention to is whether these seams seem to be merging properly. So if I click on smooth shade, what you notice is that there are no gaps, and that's what we want when we're working in mirror mode. And so this merge button actually ensures that no gaps are formed. So if I was to click on this button to disable it, what you'll notice is that it's actually not merging these vertices, so we're not getting some smooth shading happening. It's actually smooth shading up into this boundary, and then it's basically treating each side like a separate piece of geometry, because it technically is. And if you turn this on, you'll notice that it now treats it as one solid piece. So this doesn't totally matter for us right now, but if you do click apply in a later step, you will need to have merge enabled. And the apply here is under the drop down. We're not going to do this yet, but if you're using 2.9 or higher, you're going to notice that the apply button is different than in 2.8 versions of Blender. Okay, so now that we have our mirror modifier set up, we can go ahead and start working on modifying this mesh.